So you want to play the most exciting Beatles drum part ever? Well, listen to this. So last week I posted a quick video with a few updates on this channel. And one of you guys left a comment saying, I'd love to see you break down Ringo's outro on Long Tall Sally. And I thought, why the hell not?
The song's called Long Tall Sally.
Ringo's drum freakout at the end of Long Tall Sally is one of the great all-time Ringo moments. He seemed a man possessed, closing out concerts on an incredible feral note, limbs flailing, sending audiences to the rafters, and totally blowing even the most seasoned musicians away. The part itself is kind of tricky. I've seen even really good Beatles tribute band guys, really great Ringos and great drummers, who kind of do their own thing here and don't play it how Ringo did. Well, I'm going to show you how Ringo played it. So we're going to start with the easiest way to play it. This is not actually how Ringo played it, but if you want to get the vibe and just get it done the most simple way possible, this way isn't too shabby. For this method, you don't need to use either of the toms. You just need the bass drum, the snare, and your two cymbals, your ride and your crash. So I would guess 99.9% of folks out there wouldn't tell the difference between this way to play it and the way Ringo did. So if this is what makes you most comfortable, have at it. It works just fine.
I don't know sometimes what possesses me, and we did it live.
The second way to play it is from Ringo himself, but it's funny. This is not the way he played it on the record.
We're gonna have some fun. And I go. I'm missing a cymbal.
If you watch Ringo's Masterclass from a couple years ago, he demonstrates the Long Tall Sally outro part. You can tell it still kind of sticks with him. Hell, it sticks with me. But he doesn't play it in the way he played it on the record. If you watch and listen closely, Ringo is using the floor tom way more often in the Masterclass version than he did on the record. Let's listen to the Masterclass version. And now let's listen to the Beatles. So this method, it's from Ringo. You can use it if you want to, but to me, it's even more complicated than what Ringo did on the Beatles record, but have at it. Whatever you like, you can use this one too. Now let's talk about how Ringo actually played it. So I've studied a bunch of Beatles footage my entire life because I'm an enormous nerd. And we don't have any front views of Ringo playing this part, but we have some fantastic side views. In fact, quite a few. We have the Sweden concert from 1963, the Enemy Poll Winners concert from 1964, the Enemy Poll Winners concert from 1965, and we have a clip in Get Back, when Ringo breaks it out in a weird freakout with John, Paul, and Yoko. Now, if you watch these clips consistently, you can actually see, before hearing the isolated track, what Ringo's doing. So he starts out hitting the floor tom twice, then he rotates a little bit to only hit the cymbals and the snare. Watch it again. This is kind of a hybrid of the other two versions I showed you. Now, if you listen to the slowed down isolated track, you can actually hear it confirm that's what Ringo's doing on the record. The Beatles recorded this on March 1st, 1964, just a few weeks after the Ed Sullivan appearance. At this point, Ringo was still using his second downbeat kit with the 20-inch bass drum, the Ed Sullivan kit. Now, what makes that a bit quirky, when I recreated this, it was on my Super Classic kit, which is identical to Ringo's next kit in the sequence. It has a 22-inch bass drum, larger rack tom, larger floor tom, And one of the really interesting quirks about Long Tall Sally is how high that floor tom is tuned. It actually took me quite a few turns to get it anywhere close on my Super Classic. I even briefly considered if Ringo was using the rack tom on this part. After enough turns and enough tuning, I did get it up to pitch, and I got very close to how the actual floor tom sounded on the record. One other quick detail, this is my first video featuring a brand new piece of Beatles gear, my Ludwig 5.5 Jazz Festival snare. Look at that shit, it's a Ludwig Eclipse. Now that we've gotten all that out of the way, let me show you how Ringo played it. Here's how to play it slowed down. So one quick tip, which is true for this and true for any instrumental part, if you want to get it right, start out playing it extremely slow, and then just gradually speed up whenever you're comfortable. So next I'll show you a version with the Beatles as a backing track, but I've used AI to remove Ringo entirely. There are no Ringo drums on this performance. The only drums you're going to hear are me and my recreation. You can tell me how close I got. So I did try the Ringo headbanging. I don't know how much it added to my performance, but just so you guys know, I'm 39 years old, I'm approaching 40, and I can't do that damn headbanging too much. I'll have to see a chiropractor, so I did the best I could. So just some final thoughts. It's an incredible part. One of my favorite things to do as a drummer is not just to play that part, but to go see a Beatles tribute band and watch how the drummer kind of interprets this. I do have kind of a judgment call I make on whether I respect a band based on this little test. How well does the drummer play Long Tall Sally? And I tell you what, man, there used to be an expression that went around that Ringo was the luckiest guy in the world. The other three were geniuses, but Ringo was lucky. When you watch Long Tall Sally, you realize the other three were kind of the lucky ones, and Ringo was the guy. And you can see on Long Tall Sally, they become more than just a band. They're a force of nature. And I hope that this video and this lesson helps you get that part 100% right, and even might help a few tribute bands out there knock the roof off of their next gig. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you again soon. Hey guys, one last thing, and I'll put in some clips of Ringo and or Animal to make it entertaining. These videos take a lot of time and love to make. This video is a good example of one that I couldn't monetize. So if you'd like to make an optional donation, I do have a PayPal link in my description. Again, totally voluntary, I can't force you to do it, but if you wanted to show your appreciation, that would be a great way to do it. I do want to shout out the dozen or so people who've donated already. I'm going to put their names right here. You guys are my heroes. You are fantastic. I've gotten a few donations that just blew me away. So you know who you are. And I'll be thanking you individually if I haven't already. All right, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for your support, and have some fun tonight. Within reason. Kind of.